All right, so I'm live now, but it doesn't look like anyone's here yet. I'm just gonna start off with a story of how yesterday went. So, yesterday I had a doctor's appointment to get a referral to see an orthopedic specialist for my scoliosis. Oh, hello, Big Lenny. Hey, Mike. Anyways, I got that referral to see a spine specialist, so I'm thankful for that. And I also got more x-rays done of my back, and it definitely shows my scoliosis is not getting better. It's slowly getting worse. And then this doofus got on the loose. She was in the backyard. Something must have spooked her. So she opened the gate and went running, like she was either trying to get to a certain place at a certain time or something was chasing her. Thank God one of our neighbors saw her run by, and so they let us know. But in the process, she was running for an hour and a half outside, and it's summertime. So her little feet are not severely injured, but she is missing the skin that covers the pads of her front feet. So they're gonna do cold laser treatments on her feet every other day until next Friday. So we will see what their prognosis is after that. But in the meantime, she's still sedated from her visit earlier. She started waking up more and has been whining for no reason, like she's thinking I'm gonna leave her alone. So I'm just sitting here reassuring her that she's not by herself, so she has no reason to be scared. But as you can see, she's got these little doggy shoes. I don't think she likes them, but I think she understands that they're for her protection, so she's not fighting them. Big Lenny, oh, scoliosis isn't fun. Thank you, Mike. She is definitely one of the prettiest dogs that I've known. And right now, this is how her foot is. Hello, Sai. Yeah, I think she'll be okay. It's just sad knowing that she won't be able to go on normal walks, and she may need some help getting up and off of my bed, my parents' bed, and maybe need some assistance getting outside to go potty. But as far as I can tell, she's comfortable right there. So I'm hoping she isn't feeling afraid or nervous, but she's very good at giving the shelter dog face to gain empathy. And tonight, Matt comes home from work in Angels Camp. It's about 3 hours away from where we live, so a little bit of a drive for him. And I'm planning on going up with him the next time he leaves, because I, for one, could use a break from being here in a crowded city with not a whole lot for me to do. And it's been a few years since I've been in the mountains at all, so it will be nice, and I am looking forward to it. But I'm just going to be concerned about this stinker while I'm away. But I know with Mom here almost all the time, and John and Dad here every night, should help her feel okay. I just wish I understood what spooked her so badly that she felt like she had to run for an hour and a half. My theory is that she heard a loud noise and it made her panic and feel like she had to run away from the noise. And then after a certain amount of running, her feet probably started to hurt. And so that probably made her feel like there was something attacking her feet that she had to run away from. So I'm just thankful that she isn't more hurt. And from now on, we've started leaving the padlock on the gate so that even if she tries to open the gate, it won't open. That's one downside of having a dog that is very intelligent. She knows just enough to get herself into possible trouble and keep us on our toes. um, yes, I'm looking forward to him coming home because going through my daily routine without him here is just weird. It feels kind of hollow and not quite pointless, but it feels empty. So, I know you had a rough day. Look at you. You're clearly messed up. Sadie, I love you. You're gonna be fine. So this is what I'm dealing with. She whines for no reason, like she's worried about something. I do have a couple errands to run around 2 o'clock, so I'm hoping Mom will be back from being done with her errands in time, because with her like this, I would hate to leave her by herself for any amount of time. She's obviously still a little sedated, but it's wearing off, and if she's crying like this when I'm right next to her, I can only guess that she'll be even more whiny and upset if she's by herself right now. I know. But your boy comes home tonight. You'll get to see Matt. Yeah. You'll be home tonight, baby. And you can sleep on our bed if you can make it up there. I guess her brain was in such full panic mode yesterday when my family was trying to find her that she wasn't even responding when they did spot her and they were calling her name. So something really got her spooked to the point where she wasn't able to think. She just was acting on instinct. And there have been other times she opened the gate by herself, but she didn't take off and leave. She would stay on our property line, just keeping a lookout for when we'd come home. So now is one of those moments I really wish I could read her mind and understand exactly what happened. But in the meantime, she's just gonna have to rest and be under close watch. So that's not fun for her. Thank you, Sai. Yeah, she adores Matt so much that I honestly think if I was calling her to go to one end of the house and he called her at the other end, she'd probably hesitate and go to him after a few seconds of thinking about it. I'll try to remember to film her reaction when he comes home, because I'm sure that the sedatives will have worn off by then and she may be super happy. Although I can't help but think if she was still feeling all doped up when he gets home, it would be cute seeing her try to have the energy to greet him. As long as she doesn't hurt her feet. But this is one of the unexpected things about having a dog. They're like small children. And they sometimes do dumb things. But we love them anyways. Alright, so it's decided. I will do my best to film. And I'll keep you guys updated on how she's doing as much as I can. If I remember correctly, Matt will be home for tonight and then he has to leave again tomorrow. And I'm going to try to go with him. So any updates I give will be secondhand from what my mom tells me. But she's going to be okay. I keep forgetting for half a second that she has the dog shoes on. And when I see him again, I just find it too cute. Other updates are my grandparents in Wisconsin are gonna have to be relocated to a different assisted living center. The one they're in at the moment, they've been dropping the ball on a few things that my grandparents need. It's not full on neglect or abuse, but they're not staying on their toes as much as they should. And I guess my grandpa wandered into another resident's room at 1 in the morning recently, and so they're saying we might need you to move for the comfort of our other residents. So that move will actually be taking place on Monday. And unfortunately, since they live in Wisconsin and we're in California, my dad won't be able to do very much to help. So it'll just be my 2 aunts and possibly some of my cousins. So on behalf of all of us, I'm asking prayer that that relocation will go as smoothly as possible. My grandparents' dementia is so bad that they can have the most in-depth conversation with you, and if you leave the room and come back 5 minutes later, they won't remember the conversation that they had with you. So it's pretty sad to see them declining so quickly, but we've heard good things about the new assisted living that they'll be moving to. And apparently it's a little less expensive than their current one, so I'm just hoping that my grandparents won't be freaked out and try to escape. And that's about the latest I know about them. Everything else is going fairly well. My biggest concern, though, is that my grandparents may try to fight their way to leave their new place once they move in. It took them quite a while to settle into their current one and to stop asking to go back home to the house that they lived in 15 years ago on an island in Michigan. It took a long time for them to stop asking to go back to the island. And so that's one of the things that no one's allowed to mention near them, because it may set their mind off to thinking, oh, that's where we actually live. So it's just one of the things that I don't feel we get enough warning about when it comes to dealing with a loved one dealing with age-related deterioration. Hello, Trash Picture Show. That having your grandma confuse you for your dad must be really painful. I had another great grandma on my mom's side that had dementia, and I didn't get to see her the last couple of years of her life, sadly. It's complicated, but the last I heard before she died was that she wasn't even allowing my other family members to visit her because she didn't know who they were. She'd freak out and get upset and angry and say, "Who are you and why do you keep coming over? Leave me alone, I don't know you." So I'm hoping, honestly, that my grandparents will pass in their sleep before they reach that state. Yeah, trashed picture show. Dementia is basically a really long goodbye. And I know my dad is hoping that they'll pass peacefully in their sleep before it gets even worse and they don't remember who their kids and grandkids are. At this point, it's all in God's hands, but it's still hard. They weren't able to make it to my wedding because they were in no shape to travel for any reasons. So I'm also concerned about how my family will take it when they do pass. I've never lost a parent, and neither has my dad or his sisters. So I just hope that they'll rest in God's peace about it when it does happen. So, yes, I am praying a lot more than ever, and it is helping. It's just difficult to feel peace when so much is happening that is beyond control. Yeah, trashed. Holding on to the good memories is about all that can be done right now. And even more stressful is the fact that my mom's dad seems to be having signs of Alzheimer's. He doesn't have any of the memory loss yet, but he's completely changed his personality. He used to be very courageous, brave, bold, family oriented, unafraid to do what's needed to support your family, and always quick to want to have family gatherings. But now he's shy. He's very easily made anxious. He doesn't really like family gatherings so much anymore. The few times a year that we have them, they only last 3 hours or less, because anything longer than that becomes too much for him to handle. And it's just really frustrating because his anxiety and slow decline is the kind where if you mention it to him, it just gets him more upset. So we all feel like we're walking around him on eggshells. And so it's really hard to have grandparents on both sides begin a decline like this. Trash Panda, yeah, inactivity can make things worse. And we would love to get them more active and outgoing, but with his current personality, it's just not doable. So at this point, all I know that I can do is pray. But I just wish there was a more active way I could help. It's just one of those things that you have to adjust to. But that's about it. That's all that's new going on here. I think she may be falling asleep. Trashed. My grandpa enjoys making music. He plays guitar. I think he knows piano. But I'm not sure if he still does that. I really don't know much about his day-to-day schedule. So, no, I don't play any instruments. The most musical thing I do is sing in the shower. I'm I'm more of a listener, not a contributor when it comes to music. Thank you, Sai, for the prayers. It's just so many stresses going on that I can't fix. And I'm the type of person that would rather have a problem that I can fix than one that I just have to kind of sit and watch as it unfolds. So this has definitely been a proving ground for my faith and trust. Thank you, Sai. I do believe that God does have his hands on all this. And although the way things are happening doesn't make sense to me, I know what will happen is ultimately what should happen. It's just not always easy for me to accept it when I feel like it should be this way or that way. Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? Look at this. This is my view right here. Are you tired? Did you have a rough morning? I think you're still a little drugged up. Yeah, big sigh. Yeah, trashed she. She's the most emotionally needy animal that I've ever owned. And so when I see her looking so miserable, I just want to scoop her up and hold her like a little kid. But she's just a little too big for me to do that. That's right. I know. The look on her face to me looks like if she could talk, she would say something like, "Why is this happening? I'm so bored. Why can't I move?" I mean, that's not exactly the face of a dog that's ready to be active. Huh. Yeah, you're paying the price today for your little adventure yesterday. I know. You'll be fine. Yes, she may just want to sleep, but she's not closing her eyes, so I'm not so sure. And yeah, trashed. The vet said that with these cold laser treatments they're gonna do, she should be mostly, if not fully, recovered by Friday. But on the appointment for Friday, they'll reevaluate and see if more treatments are needed or if she can do the rest of her healing unaided. So we'll find out, won't we? Yeah. She and I are the only ones at home right now, so it's pretty peaceful. My view is not terrible. I see a couple doves outside, and I hear a mockingbird singing. So, as far as possible, it's pretty peaceful. Thank you, Trash. I know she'll get better soon. I just feel sorry for her. I wish I could speak dog and explain to her what's going on and what to expect. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of her discomfort is not knowing what's going on exactly. Yeah. Usually, whenever Matt is home with me, she starts the night off on our bed between us because she wants to feel love from both of us. And then by the time we wake up, she's usually on my parents' bed looking out the front window. But with how she's doing right now, I'm pretty sure she'll spend all night with Matt and I. So, yeah, you're not going to be very active for a while. Yes, she's my fur kid. I love her more than I love any of the things that I have. I would gladly lose a foot or a toe if it meant holding on to her and having her be fine. Yes, so she's gonna be right in between Matt and I, and she's gonna get constant attention from both of us until we're actually sleeping. I had to medicate earlier today, and I'm still feeling some of the effects, so if I talk a little slow or I'm just not sounding quite right, that's why. I felt like throwing up earlier, even though I hadn't eaten yet. But thanks to my medicine, I was able to eat. And I'm that level of full where I'm comfortable and I don't want to move. Trashed picture show, I use medical cannabis. I have a real issue with maintaining a healthy appetite and keeping my nausea under control. And I'm also prone to severe stress headaches or migraines. And I've tried so many prescriptions and so many over the counter things, but none of them work as well. And with it being legal for medical use here, and I believe recreational too, it helps a lot. Oh, you take Ciprotan for depression? Yes, I do take CBD oil. I get mine from Top Hatter, honestly, because it's inexpensive, and I feel that it helps. I know it's not as good as medical grade that you would buy from a pharmacy, but once Matt's new job gets him his second paycheck, we'll be able to afford the premium CBD oil, which will probably require fewer drops per dose and be more effective. But in the meantime, the generic stuff we went through bidding, it does help. I find my sleep has been easier to regulate. A few months ago, I'd be up till 1 in the morning, possibly up to 2 in the morning, and then I wouldn't be ready to wake up until 10:30 or later. Excuse me. Hiccups. But lately I've been getting really sleepy around 11 and waking up between 9 and 10. So my sleep schedule is getting more regulated, and so I'm pretty impressed with how much the CBD seems to be helping. I noticed it also helps with some of my gut troubles with having IBS, and I'm prone to having GERD. As I was saying, I take CBD oil and it does help, but sometimes that's not quite enough. Oh, you're in Ireland. That's really unfortunate that the suicide rate is high. It bothers me about today's world. A lot of people think that men should just tough it out and don't be sissies and man up when they're struggling, and that's just not healthy. And after this stream has ended, that if you're having a really rough time with life, let your friends and family know what's going on so that they can have a chance to help you. And if you don't have friends or family you can trust, get some professional help. Better is if you give them a chance and you put in the effort. I've started taking L-theanine, which is a green tea derivative. It basically acts as a mood stabilizer. It helps your St. John's wort, and I noticed it is a little easier to cope with those. So my point is, try the remedies that are out there. It may not work for you, but you never slow down a little bit. And so yes, I'm very careful. Like I said, I had a doctor recommend it to me, and I'm very careful to only use my medicine when I feel that no other able to eat. I find that it helps a lot more than helps with that too. I'm not advising everyone give it a try. I'm just saying if your doctor recommends you try it, give it a little try, and if you don't like it, you don't have to take it. There's many ways to help improve your quality of life. So to each their own, within reason. And I always try to moderate how much I use because I don't want to burn through it, and I don't want to feel too affected by my medicine to do anything. I simply use enough to take the edge off so that I feel relief from the physical or mental symptoms that are giving me too much difficulty for me to do anything. What time is it? Okay, it's 1:55. Unfortunately, I do have errands. I'm gonna have to splash a little cool water on my face and get ready to go run errands with my mom. But I thank you guys for watching, and I thank you for all of your prayers. And I will hopefully be able to upload a video of Angels Camp when Matt and I get there. As always, thanks again for watching, and have a good weekend, you guys.